Hello, hello. This is Sandy from Ledoux Designs. And tonight I wanted to make a little card that you could use for Easter or birthday or just a hello, any occasion card. And I just love these Whimsy stamps, the ones that are like the peekers, like they peek from the outside of the card. I just love them. And so I have the snake and the dragon and the dinosaur and the bunnies and all the different things. So tonight I thought we would play with the bunnies since we're starting to approach Easter. This would just give me a head start. Hey Cheryl, welcome, welcome. And I wanted to do them very, very colorful. So we're not going to color 3 rabbits all the same color, all the same thing. We're going to color them all in rainbow colors. And we're going to color 3 of them, and they're all going to be in different colors. So it'll be super fun. I'm really excited about doing this video. I've been waiting and waiting. So we're going to color this one, and this one. Somebody loves you is one of the sentiments. And then I did the hey you as well, just in case I wanted to say, hey you, somebody loves you. So I stamped them out and then I cut them. So you wouldn't have to wait for me to fussy cut them on the live. So I cut them out already. In addition to that, hey mama, in addition to that, I'm going to use this die cut right here. So this is like Wonky Window, I think it's called. I'll definitely put it in the description on YouTube. So if you want to go back and see what the name of it is, I will have it on YouTube as soon as this live is over. But both of these are from Whimsy. So you can get both in one shot. So let's put that aside. I have this right here, which if you watch me all the time, you'll know what this is. It's from the Dollar Tree. It's a sticky mat, which is going to help hold all of these still while we color. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I just peel this off. Sometimes I keep this to the side in case my hand is going to be on the sticky. I don't want to take the sticky off. So I just put that there so my hand isn't resting on the sticky mat the whole time. But when I'm coloring live, I sometimes forget, and then I end up sticking my hand into it anyway. But that's just the isn't this just the cutest? Oh my gosh. So we'll stick this one over here. We can put them wherever we want. We're going to color them. This one might be too close. We might have to move him. I think we'll put him upside down. Then we can just flip the board over when we're ready to color him. So I chose, we're going to have a blue, a green, and a purple bunny. And we're going to have some pink in there for like the ears and stuff. So it's going to be fun. They're all going to be different colors, so it will be super fun. We'll start with the gray part. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see them kind of up close. Don't they just make you want to giggle a little bit? Like a little kid? They definitely do that to me. Every time I see them, they just make me happy. So we're going to start off with C3, C1, and the colorless blender to start off the eyes. So I like the whites of the eyes to have a little bit of gray in there. So we're going to go ahead and start off. We'll do them all at the same time, just the white part. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this around the top on this one. And then just way down here in the corner of his eye. And this is really just making the eyes stand out a little bit more. They are funny, and they're so cute. They just make me happy. You should see all of them. You should go out to their website and see. They have so many of these little peekers that peek out of your card. Like I said, they have dinosaurs and bunnies and like little yetis and snakes and just all kinds of really, really cute little peekers. And at first I was a little nervous about getting them because I was like, what kind of card am I going to make out of that with them peeking out the side? But they are really universal. You'll really like how much you can use them if you have them. I've already made cards out of these bunnies a while back, but they're super fun. So the next color is C1, and that's where we're going to push that dark gray right back in there and soften that line. Now we are going to put some color in his eyes, so I'm not going all the way around where the eyeball is because we're going to put some color there anyway, so it won't really matter. So we're just kind of softening those up. And then we'll come in and soften those lines even more with the colorless blender in just a minute, and then we'll have the eyes prepped. This is the prep. I call this the prep. Preparing to do the eyeballs. I am in rare form tonight, I think. Got to spend some time talking to a friend on the phone, and hey, Angela. And it was fun, and it put me in a happy mood. A happy, happy mood. Which I need, so I am very happy. Oh, these bunnies are super cute. You are right. Okay, so then we're going to take the colorless blender, and again, we're going to push that color back into the edge because I don't want the whole eyeball to be gray. I just want to put enough in there that they look like they're rounded eyeballs, which is why we have to do this first, because when we put the color in, we don't want to put the color in while the colorless blender is wet, or it'll seep the eyeball everywhere. And that would be terrible. That would be a terrible mess. And I would not be a good teacher if I taught you that. So we are not going to do that. I mean, look at this guy. So cute. All right, let me turn this over and do this little guy. I don't know if you guys can tell, if you can see on my markers that I've been coloring Crazy Creations. If you don't know what that is, you can see the glitter on the tip of my marker. Oh no, you can't really see it that well on camera, but there every now and then there's a sparkle, and it's because there's a piece of glitter on there from doing Crazy Creations. Because I'm making thank you cards for my sister, so I've been working on them today. All right, turning them upside down. All right, let's get some color in these guys. So we're going to start with the pink that we're going to put in their ears. So I'm only going to use 2 colors. I think I'm going to start with this one. This is RV42. This is one of my favorite Copic markers because it's called Salmon Pink, but you can do so much with this color, mixing it with other colors and doing all kinds of cool stuff with this color. But tonight we're going to use it for the pinks in the ears. And we're going to do black noses, not pink noses. So I'm not going to touch his nose just yet. When we get to the bunnies, we're coloring them different colors, so we won't be coloring them at the same time. But these small little pieces, we might as well do all of them at the same time so we don't have to get the marker out again and again and again. It's just helpful to get it rolling right at the same time. Yeah, those emotions come and go. I am feeling happy at the moment, so I will take it. R11 is what we're going to blend out with. And then if we need to, we'll use the colorless blender because these are going to be pretty pink. So I will probably use the colorless blender to soften it up a little bit. But let's let it dry before we make that decision. This one is the last one. And I forgot to do their teeth. So we're going to have to go back in and do their teeth with our grays. So we are going to have to open them up, those markers up again. But that's okay. I'm going to use this colorless blender just along the area I want to be the lighter side. Like over here, I want it to be a little bit lighter. It'll lighten the color a little bit. And then it'll give it a little bit of texture. I think I did a teeny bit too much on this one, so I'm going to use the R11 to bring back a little of that shadow. Perfect. And then we're going to do just a little bit inside this ear. And then we're going to do just a little bit in this one. Not very much. The more you do, the more it's going to spread the color out. It will not blend it. It will push it. So keep that in mind. Okay. We're going to go back to our C3. And we're going to put very little of this on the teeth because we don't want those teeth to look like they're gray teeth. So just a very fine line. In a couple of the little corners. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And this one. Kind of following the same shadowish area on all of them. So there we go. And then, oh, you guys are quiet. Facebook says there's only one person watching me, but I know that's not true. Because I know I have my friends here hanging out with me. But I don't know why I'm not seeing any comments. So hopefully it's not that I can't see the comments and it's just that you guys are just watching. This is C1. And I'm just blending down from where I put that original color on all three of them, and then we'll come in with the colorless blender. This actual project, we're using a lot of colorless blender tonight. I knew you would be here, Cheryl, and I'm pretty sure my mom's here too. She's just quiet. That's okay. Colorless blender, and that's where we're just going to blend this together a little bit. Is just push that ink around and get it all one color. Don't need a whole lot of shadow in these teeth lines. But anyway, okay, I was on the rampage of crazy creations. So basically what it is coloring on glitter paper. So just for an idea of what that looks like, it looks like this. So the paper's glitter and you use your Copics on it. And every now and then it picks up a piece of glitter. So I could see it on my marker and I was like, oh, there's glitter on my marker. Okay, we're going to start with this one and we're going to make him green. So I'm going to put the color for their noses. We'll do those last. And we'll color his body first. So I have YG67, YG17, and YG03 for our bunny. I want them to be in bright colors for an Easter card. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, these are cute, aren't they? They're Whimsy Stamps. They're really cute. Okay, so we're going to start building in the shadow areas. So I'm going to put this over so my hand doesn't stick to the mat. I'm going to start with where I want that deepest shadow to be. So a little bit in the hand along the bottom, and then in between the fingers, or you actually call them a paws. So probably doesn't have fingers, but you know what I mean. So we're all good. And then this side, and then this side right here. Hi, Beth. Hello, hello. Yes, Crafty Peeps here. So for those that are just popping in now, these are Whimsy Stamps. We're going to use a Whimsy die tonight to decorate our bunnies on a card. It's going to be super fun, quick and easy card that I think you will really like. So I'm going to put a little bit of color of this green right here in between the eyes because I want that to stay kind of dark. No, Cooper's not with me. He went home. Yeah, he went home. But next week is spring break, so I may get to have him overnight during spring break. I'm just going to put a few little lines over here in his little fur on the sides of his face. And I don't want him to be a really dark bunny, so I'm only putting the shadow areas in. Not a whole lot of this color. And if you can tell by looking at my marker really close, look at how juicy the marker is. Can you see that? Can you see how wet that marker is? If I didn't have that other cap off, it would probably drip on my paper. It means my marker is very full of and very juicy, and it's a super happy marker. If it could tell you, it would say, it's a great day. It's a great day to be coloring. It is very juicy. I like it when my markers are very juicy. Means they're super happy. I'm just going to do the undersides, these little accent pieces that the artist drew in there to show that there's some fluff going on in those ears. And then the underside of the ears, but I'm not going to put anything on the top because there'd be more highlight up there than there would because the light would be coming down on it. And then we're going to put two little flicks up there where the hair is. You have your grandkids here for the next few days, next week. You can't wait. You haven't seen them since Christmas? Oh no. You're going to be so happy. So happy. I am excited for you. It is spring break next week, so yep, I'm sure I will see Cooper. All right, so now we're going to pull into the empty space with the YG17, leaving a small area left. We are going to go all the way around the outside. We're going to leave a small area left for our last highlight color. So already his little hands look so cute. It's a big jump color-wise from YG67 to YG17, but the tone of the marker is so similar that it blends so nicely. I really like this combination. It's one of my favorites. Actually, all my markers seem to be quite juicy tonight. It's probably because I did a refill on all my markers not very long ago. And then I haven't really been able to get much coloring done with all the stuff that's been going on in my life these past couple of days, weeks actually. But that's probably why they look so juicy. Super juicy markers should be a t-shirt. If you had them for purchase, I'd totally get one. I may have to do that. I'm not going to lie. So I know I have a few of you here. You're pretty much the regular people I see here often. So I'm gonna leak just a little bit of information that not everyone is going to know because the announcements won't come out until a little bit later. But we currently have some stuff up our sleeves to potentially get you some Ludo Designs images and products, and so stay tuned because something is in the making right now, and I hope that it will make you guys happy. So we got to try to grow our channel here. We got to get more people watching so they'll know how to use all this stuff they're going to get. Oh, look, he's so cute. You can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to do so much. We've been working on some plans, and we're not ready to make the announcement because we don't have the dates yet, but be on the lookout because it's coming soon. It takes quite a while to get things all up and running, so just be patient. We are getting there. I had someone ask me today about where they could get my images, and I was like, well, there's a few at Pajama Crafter Stamps, but the rest of them are gone when the store closed. And so you have to wait. Just be patient. They're coming. Shut the front door. Thank goodness. My husband got the biggest mailbox ever. Amazing. All the new members need to watch the videos. True, true. Dad and I are going to get something to eat. I'll check in a little later. Okay. Sounds good, Mom. Enjoy your dinner. Okay. So YG03 is going to be more of the yellow-green. So this one is really going to brighten it up just a little bit. And I like this. This is one of my favorite green. I actually used some of my favorite color combinations for lighter colored images, not so dark. These are some of my favorite light colors. Like, look how cute that is. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little circle when I blend this. A little circle here. Gonna circle this one. And then I'm just gonna go back and touch those little spots where it changes from one color to the next so it looks really well blended. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. I'm gonna do it in circles, just kind of mix the color together. Sometimes I do it that way and sometimes I do it other ways. But the best way for me to explain to you on what the best method, do you brush stroke, do you use circles, do you do the ... method? All of that is personal preference, and you have to find what style works for you on what you're doing, and that's just practice. So just practice, 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 and then you'll know what you like the best. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, on our YouTube, of me coloring that does some different techniques and stuff, so be sure to check those out. Invite any of your friends you think might want to get some coloring lessons, some coloring practice. You can invite them to the YouTube or to the Facebook or both. Trying to grow that channel. I post all the time. It takes a while. But we're getting there. We're getting some notifications. I'm still waiting on a baseball player. Oh, don't you worry. I already have that one partially done. Practice makes progress. Yes, it does. That is true. Oh, and Cheryl, you'll be glad to know that I have considered where you live and potential for digital. So we are working on that. I did not forget my favorite followers. So the ones who have been with me for years, moved from one place to the next. So yeah, there are some I'm trying to think about little potentials for everybody. Okay, so that's our little green one. We're going to keep the green color because we're going to use those for the eyeballs as well. But this little guy, he's going to have blue eyes. So we're going to go ahead and put his blue eyes in. These are also one of the bunnies is going to be this color blue. So I'm just repurposing the same colors, you know. So I'm just going to draw these little circles in here. He's going to look a little cross-eyed, but don't worry, we'll fix that when we have the, when we put the whites in his eyes. It'll help. So right now he's going to look super crazy. But don't worry. He'll be okay, I promise. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to B2 and kind of blend this out a little bit. Don't want to do too much. Don't want it to like go outside the lines and all that good stuff. The line that you just put in there. But we do want to get this color going in here very nicely. And we'll decide from there if we decide that he'll look cross-eyed for a little while, but don't worry, he'll be okay when he gets done. I mean, he is going to be a little cross-eyed in the end, but it won't be too bad. And I like his eyes a little crossy-eyed. So G00 is the magic color that I like to run along in here to just give it that, like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it kind of gives like a line or a likeness of real eyes. So I like to put that in there. You can't see it quite as well when you're watching the video, but it is definitely an obvious step. So you don't want to skip that step. I'm adding just a little bit more to the outside because it got washed out with the last colors. And then I'm going to do those accents in the eyes one more time, but with the lighter color so you can see them, but not too bad. You love the eyes. Their eyes are so cute. I like that he has pink in there, but I think we're going to do the nose in black. I was going to do them all at the same time, but let's finish him up because he'll look so unfinished if we don't. So C9. And look, the artist even showed you exactly where they want the highlight on the nose. So you can color around that, or you can just color that in and then use the white gel pen to accent that white spot. Most of the time I just color it in because I like a little line across there, but if my black is too light on the nose, then you'll be able to see it anyway. So here we go. So I'll probably put the white spot in the same place. It makes it look more real. It really does. I like adding a little bit to the eyes every time. So I'm going back in because I want to make some of this a little bit darker under here. I only put a teeny bit. I wanted to add to it a little bit. And this is C7 and that was C9. And now I'm going to go around the top and then soften this part right here. And now you can start seeing that bunny nose just kind of come together there. So we're going to use C6, but we're going to use the lightest touch possible to soften that up just a little bit. And now we have, when we put that white gel pen in there, it's going to be amazing. So see, look at his eyes versus his eyes. Don't worry, we're going to do his eyes too. So this one is going to be purple. So purple is going to be next. And my purple color is V17, 15, and 12. It is not my absolute favorite purple color, but it is a really good purple combination. My favorite purple color is this color. And yes, that's my hair. I just got it done today, but that's my favorite purple color. It's almost like a fuchsia purple. V17 is the dark color. We're going to do the same type of process. We're just going to put one little line. You'll just be able to see it better on this hair because it's, this is a slightly bigger rabbit. So starting with the hands, around the bottom and in between the little paws. I said hands last time, but you guys get it. I also did a speed card making video that I posted on YouTube. That's really super cute. It takes less than a minute to watch. So you should go check it out. Or maybe right at a minute. Oh, maybe I posted it in the group. I can't remember. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. So if you don't want to miss anything, make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. This is our darkest color. So I'm just adding the areas where I want there to be more shadow. He has much bigger ears. Why, Bunny, what big ears you have. Oh, he's going to be so cute in purple. Of course, you knew I was going to do one in purple, because how can I not? It's my favorite. And now I'm going to put a little bit above his nose right here. And then we're going to do a little bit here beside his face where he is peeking out. I just love this peeking out. I wish this would have been my idea to come up with this type of image because it's so cute and I like it so much. I was like, I wish that was my idea. Kind of an epic idea for sure. Hey, what happened? Did I freeze? What big ears you have. Why is it froze? Dale, can you go check the video? I think I froze. The funny part is my TV froze, but you guys seem to be there. So let me know if you can still see me moving around with my what big ears you have. And I will not be able to see it on TV. So I'm going to have to hope that I stay in camera and you guys are going to have to tell me if I'm not. Maybe I'll check my iPad real quick and see. I think I might have lost the video. And no one is commenting, so I think I have lost the video. So we'll have to start over. I don't see any comments. It says I'm live. Can you guys see me? You did get kicked out. You can see and hear me. Okay, yeah. I had to pull my iPad out because my TV froze up, and that's what I watch all the comments in, and I couldn't see it. Okay, yes. So you can hear me and you can see me. Okay, now I can see it. But my TV got messed up, and there's no way to reset it while I'm on the video. So we're just going to keep rolling, and I'm going to have to sort of do a little bit of guessing on staying in the camera and all that kind of stuff. But it's okay, as long as you guys are still here. So the one spot I missed, because I got distracted, is right between the eyes. I like to do that in the darkest color. So I went back to V17 on that. And then V15 is the next color. This is a much lighter color. So we're going to start down here. We're going to do that around the outside. Well, I don't know if it's a lot lighter than the last color, but it's definitely a brighter purple than the deep purple we started with. So Dale goes and he plays video games sometimes for some of the time while I'm on a live. So I was trying to get him to go check and see if the video was still running. And he couldn't hear me because he had headphones on.
What do you mean?
So, oh, look at the TV. It froze. So I thought I had froze. But they're all still here. So I had to get my iPad out and watch it on there. It did not close the video.
If I do this,
Yep, I'll lose the connection, but it doesn't really matter because it's not helpful when I can't see anything on there anyway. So I'm using my iPad right now. I think we might add a little bit of pink to the cheeks. I didn't do that on the green one, but I think it would be so cute now that I'm thinking about it. And since with Copic markers, you can always go back and add color. No worries. So I think we are going to add a little bit of pink to the cheeks. And I'll show you on this one as we're coloring it. And then I'll show you on this one how to fix it after you color it. So you'll get to see each way how to do it depending on what situation you are in. Just building him a little bit of a cheeky here. Do the same thing with this one. And I don't know what color eyes he's going to have. He might have green eyes. He may have 2 with green eyes and 1 with blue eyes. How cute is he? Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you guys are here. I really like these, just in case you were wondering, I really like these evenings with you guys where you come and we color together. I really like doing lives, so I hope you guys enjoy them too. If there's anything different you'd like to see or you'd like me to do, you can always reach out and ask. I'm always open. If I have the stamp set you want or something similar that you want to see how it's colored, I can do that. I don't mind at all. In fact, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing until right before I go live because I just sit here and go, I don't know, I don't know. So any suggestions or questions are super helpful. So don't be shy. All right, now we have that in for the most part. I'm going to do one line right under his nose because, you know, his big nose might have a little bit of shadow under it. And then we're going to switch. Hi, Selena. Thank you for popping in. We're going to switch to our next color, which is V12. So as you can see that these bunnies are super quick. They're easy to color up. I'm going a little slow so you guys can follow me, but they're a really quick, really quick image to color, and they're not difficult. But you can always go back to watching this on my YouTube channel. You want to make sure that you go out there because Facebook is going to start automatically deleting my videos after 30 days. So before they let me do the option of saying, no, don't delete my videos, but not anymore. They will just delete your videos after 30 days. R11 is what color I want to put in just a little bit for the cheeks. I almost forgot. And then you go over it with the purple color. And while it doesn't do a lot, it does just enough to make it super cute. You look forward to hearing my voice, having a few laughs, and learning new tricks. Yay! Yeah, it does stink. So know that that's not a me thing. That's any group that you watch. If there's a video in there that you want, you need to watch it, save it, watch it, but know that it's going to go away in 30 days. So all of mine are uploaded to YouTube after I'm live, so long as there wasn't a glitch with Facebook that won't let me download the video. That happens a couple of times, not real often, but every now and then it says it won't give me the option to download it. But most of them that I have done live in this group are uploaded to YouTube. Just so you can reference them, and they won't delete them, so they should be there whenever you need them. It does stink because I know I've done some retreats before, like online retreats where I've done videos of, and we, told them, oh, you can go back and watch it anytime. Except they're probably, unless, I don't know if that's a new thing or if they're going to retroactive and go back and delete all old videos they found online. Because if they are, that's really unfortunate. Look at how cute he is. His little cheeks with that pink make him look like he's just blushing a little, and it's adorable. And as I said, these little guys, they make me giggle just a little bit when I see them. So you just heard that happen. Because I can't help it. They're just so cute. And I do the same thing with all of them. Like they have snakes and elephants and dragons and bunnies and all different kinds of animals that are all peeking out of the corners like this. So once they start this, you still do videos on Facebook or YouTube? Oh, for now, I'm still going to do them all on Facebook, but I'm looking into doing videos on YouTube as well. But once, I won't until I get everybody over there to YouTube. I won't stop doing them here. So if there's some that don't have YouTube or aren't going to go, I'm always going to try to do some videos in here. Unless they really mess that up on Facebook. So we're going to use the same colors. Oh, we were going to do the green. Let's not, do we want to do the blue? Do we want to do the green? Let's do the green. We're going to use the same colors we used for the green bunny, but we're going to do the eyes. So we need YG67 first. You're technology challenged. Oh, you're so sweet. The YouTube is really easy. If you need help, just give me a call or give me a message, personal message or whatever, and we can either FaceTime or I can talk you through it the best I can over Messenger, or we can do a FaceTime live and I can show you how to do some of that YouTube stuff. But it's pretty easy. I mean, there's not really a whole lot you can do with YouTube. It's all kind of, once you figure it out, you're good to go. You're older and you hate doing new things. I understand all of that. Trust me, I get it. I get it. But YouTube's pretty cool. I can get down the rabbit hole on YouTube, but it took me a long time to accept YouTube. To accept doing things on YouTube. I've always done them on Facebook and then moved them to YouTube. This is YG03. It's the lightest color. I'm just going to do a little bit of dabbing in here to add this light color to his little eyes. Oh, those eyes are so cute. You know, you could make them really big eyes, but tonight I just decided to make them tiny eyes, but you could make them a lot bigger. It's up to you. It's your little image and you can color it any way you want. All right, so now we need to grab the black to do the nose. They're all going to have little black noses. So this is C9. This time, I'm going to put just a little bit more of this black in since we had to go in the second time and darken it up. That way we won't have to do it twice on this one. Learn and grow from what you learned. So that's why we're putting a little bit more in this time so I could learn what I was doing. And go from there. C6 is the last color, and I'm really just, I mean, I am barely touching the paper. I don't even think I would call that a pressure of 1. Seriously. You do watch my YouTubes. I know you do, Cheryl, and if you can get it, we can all get it, right? Because you just said you didn't like computer things, but if you can do it, we can all do it. I'm using the colorless blender real quick to just put a slight line on the nose, just because I want there to be some highlight in it, even though we are going to use the white gel pen. Alrighty, we now have a green and a purple, and now we're going to flip this around. And once I do this one's cheeks, we'll go back and do the green one. I promise I won't leave you hanging on that. Okay, next we're going to make this bunny is going to be the blue bunny. Blue bunny, like ice cream. Except this one really is going to be blue. Okay, so B6, B04, and B02 are the colors I chose for this. I keep looking up at the TV and it's frozen, so it's not going to help me at all.
Just let it go.
I know, right? Just let it go. Okay, so I can't sing that on here because then I'll get flagged for singing copyright music. So just saying, I have to be careful. All right, so same process, putting in wherever I want the deepest shadow to be. You're glad I'm coloring them different colors than normal because they're rocking. Yeah. In fact, I don't know that I've colored these bunnies since I own them. Oh yeah, I think one time I colored them gray. But every other time I colored them different colors. Because, I don't know, they don't always have to be like the realistic color would be. So you can do whatever color you want. And this just gives you an idea of different ways that you could do it. I mean, if I just colored this the normal way and I did that every single time, what would you learn? You'd learn repetitive for a little while, but then you'd say, oh, I'm tired of watching her. She says the same thing all the time. So I try to come up with different ways to color it and different things to show you so that you're learning and it's worth it to watch. So that's my goal. That's what I try to do. I'm going to put that little bit in those little fur areas like we did with the other ones. Just a little line. Oh, I'm trying to make sure I stay in the camera. Okay, so we're going to put just a little bit around the corner of this eye. I'm going up a little bit further on this one just because his head is kind of tilted a little bit. And that might just be the way I have the paper. I don't know how I'm going to put him in the die cut yet, but we'll figure that out. He's going to look real funny when I put a little bit of this dark blue around his teeth, but he'll look better when we get to the completion of this image. Just think, you could make a rainbow of bunnies. Bunny rainbows all over the place. All right, so doing these little accents inside the ear again. Those are kind of the same. A little bit of fluff. Now we could color him very fluffy and give him a little bit more texture, but I felt like this was kind of a fun, silly card, so I didn't do that. A rainbow bunny sounds amazing. Yes, I think the kids would like them in different colors too. And you don't think to change the colors? I'm going to tell you, it took me a long time to work around that because I always wanted everything to look whatever color it's supposed to be. So they were either brown or they were black or they were white bunnies. But I was like, you know, I got to think outside the box. We need this little bit right here underneath his eyes to have this color. And then we're ready to move on to the next one. Hi, Beth. Do we have two Beths here? We do. We have two Beths here now. Yay! Okay, so this is color number 2. This is B04, the next color. And since we only have 3 colors, this one's going to be our around the outside to kind of build that in. We'll be putting a bit more of this color than any of the other colors. We always want to go over that line one more time where it transitions from the last color to this color to make sure we don't have that big line on here. I think this is the silliest looking one. He's got such a crazy expression. Oh, we missed between the eyes yet once again. Tricks are for kids, bunnies. That's what they look like, don't they? B06. I have to go back to B06 because I want the darkest color between the eyes. And I forgot to put it in there. Okay, back to B04. Around the eyes. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Now we're going to go all the way under those teeth. I'm going to put just a little bit more in here, almost like we're building little, cute little big cheeks here. If we put a bit of this color in it, it'll give a little bit more definition to those cheeks. Now we're going to do the ears. This is just that fur. It's the same as the other two, but I know we have a few new people here, so we're going to keep talking about it. We're going to leave that space in the middle for the lightest color. And we're going to do it on both sides. Same thing on both sides. That other side of his ear. Okay, good with the ears. Now we got to do the body. We're going to do these little fingers, paws. I don't even know what they call them on paws, but you know what I'm talking about. And we're leaving a little bit of an open space on them for our highlight color, which is coming up next. I can't wait to make this card with you guys. I have it in my head, so I'm hoping it turns out really nicely, but I'm excited about doing it. I think it's going to be really fun. Okay, so next we're going to add the pink for his cheeks. I'm going to put just a line under here to keep that shadow under his nose. Okay, our R11 is the color we picked for cheeks, but since I have R11 open, I'm going to turn this around real quick, and we're going to do, so I showed you how to do it, and I'll show you again how to do it before we finish the color up. But if we already finished the color and we want to add this in, you want to do it very lightly, going to look funny at first. Just add it where you want it. And then you're going to take the lightest color of green that we used, which was the YG03, and you're just going to go directly over top of where you put that pink. And what that's going to do is soften that so it's not so harsh on the cheek of your little bunny. But you can still add the pink even if you forget. And you can even do that on people as well. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to touch it. Once your image dries, you can still go back and color on it. That's the magic of alcohol markers. Now, if we haven't already colored the last color, we'll just add in the pink where we want it. So this one, I want it to be about right here. And on this side, I want to start it in the blue area and then just kind of bring it around the cheeks like that. So now we're going to take the lightest color, which is B02, and I try to do this while that ink is still wet, so we're going to start in that area first. Soften up that little blue cheek with the pink on it. And then we're going to come over here and do the other side. You just don't want to blend too much that you lose your shadow. So sometimes you'll have to wait just a little bit and come back to it like I did on this side. Like I can still see that line. So I waited just a little bit and then came back in and barely touched it, and it softened that edge. While I was talking to you, I was allowing this side to dry so I could fix this one as well. Now we're going to finish up his chin. Because we don't want to leave lines in there for this particular bunny. Now, if we were doing fur, we'd want to leave a lot of lines unblended. But these are soft little bunnies. Now I can go back to the areas I was coloring in any area because I don't have the pink in this. I just had it in the cheeks. But hopefully that helps you with the idea of cheeks and why we do it that way. Still a transition spot right there, so I just wanted to soften up that area. All right, we're gonna do the belly. I'm gonna do the back and forth. There we go. We're gonna do this part right here. It's a little bit of a back and forth, but it's odd shaped, so we have to be a little bit careful when we do that because we don't want to go in his eyes. That'll be really hard to fix. Although we could fix it with something. If I got it all over the place, he might actually be a black bunny. You need the sticky mat? You know, the sticky mat came from the Dollar Tree. Selena said, I would not have thought to use R11 on a green or blue. Thank you. It's a secret to go over the R11 with the lighter color. Yes, exactly. The lightest color of the shade you're using. Yes. That is the secret. Yep, go over it with the other color. It softens the lightest shaded color because it softens it, but still allows you to see that. I do the same thing with people's skin tones. Like when I'm doing a girl's face and I want to put some cheek color, I usually use R11 because it's my favorite and I don't wear a lot of makeup. I just real light shade of it. So I like my people to have the same thing. Most people use like R20 or R21 because it's a much brighter. While that looks beautiful as well, you got to do what works for you. I like R11. And I always go over it with E00 when I'm doing skin so that it softens that up. But as you can see, they look very well blended, but very pink-ish. Well, we can't give him, well, we could give him purple eyes. Why not? We gave the green one blue eyes. We gave the purple one green eyes. We might as well give this one purple eyes. Why not? I mean, we have a blue bunny. We can definitely have purple eyes. Hey, Christina, how are you? So we're going to do V17 to start building our little eyes. I'm going to go along the bottom with this darkest color. And then I like to put these little lines out for your eyes so it gives them just a little bit more detail. And then V15 is the next color. And that's the one that I go around the center of the eye and maybe around to soften up that outside piece. And then we'll just use the V12 to dab in there a little bit, just to finish that color off. These are easier than they look. The hardest part is getting the eyeball the same size on both sides. That's what people struggle with the most, I think. Shut the front door. Love that you give us cheaper options. Most people I follow want you to spend a fortune. Thanks for making craft affordable. Oh yeah, for sure. I'm dead serious. I got like 3 or 4 of these sticky mats I bought at the Dollar Tree. I mean, you can buy like a nice sticky mat that you could probably use much longer. But for me, I'm like, I don't use it that often and I don't need it to be, you know. So I just bought the ones from Dollar Tree. They're cheap. They're awesome. They work. They do their job. So, and it's great when you can just grab yourself a little temporary sticky mat. Now, when you color on them with the Copic markers, if you have a really heavy hand, you may end up coloring in some of that. You may have to color through the paper and onto the mat, but it doesn't affect the mat. This is actually a new one. I just happened to pull this one instead of the other one, but it sometimes can leave some marker residue on there. But I mean, I've had my same mats for a really long time and they've been great. So I need to pull the white gel pen because we need to put some white gel pen on our bunnies. You love yours, Cheryl? Yeah, right? And then we're going to build our cards. So let's do our white gel pen first. So this is my favorite, still my absolute favorite white gel pen ever. I've used almost all the ink already. It's the DecoGel Milky Way white gel pen. Love, love, love this pen. Not gonna lie. I am kind of thinking maybe I need to use my multi-liner first though, now that I'm looking at this up close. If you have a Brutus Moreau sticky mat and your paper sticks too well, like it really sticks, then when you try to pull it up, oh, does it rip your paper? I've had that happen before. Yep. So you don't like using sticky. These aren't that sticky. I just opened this one, and as you can see, he's already kind of coming off of here a little bit, but they stick just enough. And I don't have any problem. I haven't had any problems with these ones tearing any of my papers because they're sticky, but they're just more tacky than sticky. And if they become unsticky, you can always spray that pixie spray on them and sticky them up again. So I'm just using a 0.5 multi-liner to kind of deepen those eyeballs, just so you'll be able to see them a little bit more. And by the way, I also have a Brutus Monroe sticky mat. I bought it before I found these, but I tend to navigate to this one more, probably for the same reason you just said. Look, we missed his nose and no one even said it. All right, we got to get that nose done. C9. C7. Do you guys ever do that? Finish something and then say, oh my gosh, I missed something. It happens to me all the time. Usually I catch it before I'm completely done with the image, but when I first started coloring, I would miss big spots and not even notice until I showed it to somebody, and then I was like, oh no, I have a big spot I forgot to color. I'll go back and do it. All right, so I don't know how I missed that nose, but all right, back to my white gel pen, and that gave time for the black in the eyes to dry. So I usually just test this out on my hand before I start coloring on my image, just to make sure the ink, the little pen is coming out the way I want it to be. I want there to be just a little bit in the ears, you know, because I think it'll just be cute that way. Just adding a little bit of extra, you know, accent to it. So I am going to put a little dot here and off the side, just so he looks like he's looking down at you. I'm going to put a little one up here. And then I'm going to do this one line like across the eye. And I learned this at the boot camp, that it just makes it look a little bit more glassy. So hopefully you can see that. But when I went to that Jennifer Dove boot camp, I learned that little technique. So I'm going to put just a teeny bit on these little hands. There we go. And look at how cute he is. Oh my goodness. I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. I'm going to put some inside the ear here and along here, just so those insides stand out a little bit more. And then along here, just a little bit. You can really, I know a lot of people ask, how do you know where to put the white gel pen? I don't know that there's a rule as to where you put the white gel pen. I just put it wherever I'm feeling it at the moment. It just, I don't know. I just pick a spot and do it. Hopefully it looks good. And if not, well, I won't do it that way again the next time. So notice I started with my thick spot over where that circle was, where that artist drew in that circle, just to cover that up. I am putting more white gel pen than I normally do, but I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of ideas on using them in different spots. But look at how much those eyes came to life once you put that white gel pen in there. Man, is it amazing. And it helped fix the really cross-eyed eyes. Maybe not this one as much, but... And we're going to do these lines across just to give a little bit of that glass effect. I mean, it is an eye. Not that your eyes are glass, but you know what I mean. It gives that shiny, rounded effect, which we need. And it's okay. You can have a lot of white gel pen or you can have just a little. You get to choose. It's your image. Do what you want. It took me a long time to be brave enough to play with the white gel pen. I won't lie. That is a true statement. I was afraid of it. All right, so there we go. They're stinking cute. Yes, placement of coloring is like me for doodles. The pen guides me. That is so true. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a bit, if it'll let me. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to use my tweezers to move these little guys off of here, and you'll see how easy it is. You could use a weed, when you're weeding, you could use a spatula, a weeding spatula. I don't know what it's technically called, but you could use a little spatula to remove it. See how the green went through onto the mat, but the mat still works. It's just discolored. So I put the little plastic paper back on it, press it down, and then I store it for next time. All right, so here's our little guys. Look at how cute they are. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a little bit challenging for me to do since I can't see the camera. But when I first came on and you guys were watching, I showed you this stamp set. It's called Fluff Butt, like Fluff Butt. And it has those 3 images. We're going to use 2 sentiments. And then this is like a Wonky Window die from Whimsy as well. And this is the die we're going to use. I've already cut it out. So when you cut it out, it looks like this. And then you also get these separate pieces, which are all the inside, the 4 inside pieces from the die. And they actually have stitching around them. So I generally save these and I use them on another project because you can just sit them out like you would. You know, they'll look just like the image, but the reverse of what we're going to do today. So you can kind of see how this works here in a minute. Let me make sure I got it. Is this right? Yeah. This one, then that one. This one I think is upside down. Nope. Oh, I got them in the wrong place. That's why they didn't line up. There we go. There we go. So I could use them on a different card like this. So you can decide which one you want to use. Sometimes I cut them in 2 colors and I put a different color inside here. But I did not do that today because our little bunnies are so colorful. But I will save those for another time. That I've used this Wonky Window like die frame a lot. And I'll put my affiliate link in the comments where you guys are commenting as soon as the video's over if you want to use that. But if you already have one or already know how to get to Whimsy, go ahead and check it out. So I chose a pink card base because we had pink in the ears and I thought that would bring out the accents of the bunny. Now, you can make this a shaker card or you can make this anything that you want. And tonight we're just going to do it sweet and simple. But I want to add the bunnies to the windows. So I want to do it in this direction. So I want this bunny to go down here. So I may end up cutting off a little bit of the line that they gave you, showing you where this, how far out this would go, because we don't really need that part. Now, if you were just going to set it on a card, you might need that to show the window area, but we don't need that tonight. And then I also like to trim the white around the edge that I left, like the little border that I left around the edge of this. I like to take that off of the part that's going to be touching the base of the card. Now, I don't know if other people do that, but I just like the way it looks. It takes away from and makes it look more like he really is just hanging on the window if you take that little bit of white off. But I only take it off of this bottom section. I leave it around the rest of the bunny. So when we put him in this window right here, we want him hanging over the edge like this. I mean, isn't that just the cutest? So I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the tip of his teeth, the tips of his fingers. I make myself laugh when I say that because I don't really know what it's called, but. And I want to make sure it's flush with that bottom part of the window frame. And it doesn't matter if he's centered or off to the side. It really doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. So this one you're not going to see a whole lot of him. I don't know. Do I want him to be up here? Can you tell I haven't decided? That is so funny. Look at that. Okay, so we're going to cut off. We're going to make him fit in here. We're going to cut off this little part right here. And we're going to make this guy. Maybe we should put him over here. Oh, let's put him there. We'll put him over here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so remember we cut off that little edge. And then anything at the bottom that's going to hang over the base of the card. So we're taking that white part off, the same thing we did on the other one. You can do it, you can take it off all the way along the bottom of his little fingers, but then it won't look the same as the rest. So you just have to decide which way you want to do it. I only do it around this part because I want him to look flush with the side of the frame. Hey, Debbie Smith. How are you? Okay. Now, you could put him behind like this, like he's looking, you know, but I think he looks really cute like this. So we're going to move him down to about right here where this little, it looks like he just popped out of there. Boing. So we're going to do that. So we only need glue on the tips of these fingers for now. So we can place him where we want him. Make sure he's flush with the frame. Right there. That's the most important piece right there. Making sure he's flush with the frame. Once you have him there, then you can press down the glue and hold for a second. This isn't something you've ever seen before. Yeah, it does look like stained glass. It's really cool. I bought this and it took me a little while to get used to on like how I was going to use it. But let me tell you, I use it a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm cutting off these edges again. Those long edges are part of the stamp set, but I find that I don't need them all the time. But I don't like to cut them off until I know I'm not going to need them. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Try to get it just right. I did put my very first one on with this little bit of a white border around this part that pops out, and it looked a little funny, you know, because she had a big white space right there, and it just looked funny. So this little guy, he's going to hang upside down, and he's going to go right here. So his, I just need to put a little bit on his little bit of teeth right here, and then on his little hands. And then we're going to get him flush with the top of this card. And when we get him where we want him, we got to line him up. When we get him where we want him, then we're going to hold his teeth and his hands, and he'll stick. You have these cuties? I know they're so much fun, aren't they? I just love them. Okay, look at that. It's so cute. All right, so I picked a pink background, but I think this is going to be too plain. So I think we are going to need a pattern paper behind there. I just don't know which one yet. So let me grab a little book, one of my pattern paper packs. It'll just take me a second. I think I have a spring one. So just give me one sec. And that one is... I want it to be a little bit more Easter. This one is actually called Seaside Summer. It's actually a doodlebug. I love doodlebug. So we're going to take this and we're just going to lay it on top and see what it looks like until we find one that we really like. That's generally how I pick my paper, in case you were ever wondering that. This talks about the ocean. I would do that if these were the sharks. By the way, they have these in sharks as well. They have the peekaboo sharks and peekaboo snakes, and you should go check them out because they're really cool. Let's see if stripes would look any good. I don't know, I kind of like the stripes. Speak up if you see one you like. I kind of like the stripes so far. Let's see what else is in here. You have water or wavy. This is kind of neat. The wavy blue is not bad. Sharks, drop the link. Okay, I will. Yeah, they have sharks. I colored the shark, one of the sharks, on a speed coloring video on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So if it's something that you think you'd be interested in and you get it and you want to color it, you can definitely look at that. So background, solid blue or stripes. Whoever answers first, that's the one we're going to use. That's the stripes. Stripes. Solid. Okay, she said stripes, and that's the one I like too. So, perfect. All right. That's how we decide real fast what kind of pattern paper we're going to put behind there. That was a last minute choice because I really wasn't sure. I thought I would just do it plain, but it's a little bit too plain for me. So this is an A2 standard size card. So in order to have the pink border around it, I'm going to cut it at 4 by 5 1/4. Yay, look, everybody likes the stripes. Oh, your nickname is Sharky? It's really cute. If my husband doesn't mind pulling out the stamp set, I can show it to you before we go tonight. So this is when you could make it into a shaker if you really wanted to. I don't want this particular one to be a shaker, but the shaker cards are really cute with this wonky die because you can either put, if you want to put the pops in between, you could put different shaker bits in each one of the squares. I've done that, and I've also left them open in here and just let the shaker bits go all through it. So you can do it whichever way you want. It's up to you. But I trimmed the edges just a teeny bit so they wouldn't show on the edges because I don't want that pattern paper to show anywhere but inside the window. Look how cute that is. Oh my goodness. All right, so now we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And as you can see, my little guys, they're stuck on there now. So I'm just going to put some glue on the black part only because I want to put a little bit of dimension on my bunnies. And I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a minute. And if you're hanging in with me, but it's getting a little late for you, I promise this card's probably going to be done in about 5 minutes or less. It's pretty fast. Okay. So I'm going to start by lining up one corner, making sure nothing's showing out the edge. And since I cut this to size, it should fit perfectly. There it goes. See how easy that was to put on there? I'm going to use my press pop right here. And then when I flip it over, you can see my little bunnies are still hopping around here. They're left kind of sticking up. So I'm going to glue this to my card base first, and then I'm going to put some pop dots underneath my bunnies in a few places. Either their ears are going to stick out or their head or something. So I'll show you what I mean. This is really cute card. I'm pretty happy. You know, these cards ideas are in my head before I start the video, but I don't actually know what they're going to look like until the video is over. So I have a few of these small pop dots that came with a Stampin' Up kit where I did some card kits. And so I thought we'd use them because they're kind of perfect in size. So this little bunny right here, I am just going to put 2 pop dots on his ears only. So that little guy is just going to have his ears sticking up. This one, I think I'm going to glue him all the way down. But this little guy, I want it to be under his head. So I'm going to use this Stampin' Up your dog Fred took over the recliner in for the long haul. That's funny. Okay, so this little guy, I'm just going to stick him all over the back of him so he pops up. These are the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals that I happen to have on my desk. And no worries, because we can peel the backs off of these little things. See, we haven't glued down our little bunnies yet, so we're good. You can peel these off. If you're afraid you might stick it in the wrong place, you can put glue on it before you stick it down, and that'll give you the opportunity to move it around. But I feel pretty confident that I've done this before. And then we definitely need one in each ear. So the ears have to pop up as well. I mean, you could put these on before you stick them in, but I just wasn't sure where I was going to put them in the window, so I wasn't sure where the pop dots needed to go until after it was already put together. So that's kind of why I did it in the steps that I did. If I'd already made one and I was just doing a live video for you guys to see how it came together, then I probably already would have had that planned out, but I was not sure. I did not plan that ahead. Now underneath here, I'm just going to add some glue so his little face sticks to the card, but his ears will pop up. So I'm going to peel that off at the back of his ears. I'm going to press down his face first, ears last. So then it really looks like they're popping out of the window. And then this guy looks like he's just looking from in the window. So we're going to glue him down. If you only glued the little paws or hands or whatever you want to call them, then this is easy to add the glue to it and stick it down. Super easy. We have 2 sentiments that I cut out that we're going to stick on here. So I was thinking I would do, hey you. And then I was going to follow it up with, somebody loves you. Because I think it's just cute that way. So we're going to add those. Then we'll add a little bling and we'll be done. I mean, after the video, I'll add the white card stock on the inside and my stamp on the back. But for now, this is the part that you really need to know. Not the stuff that we do to every card. This card is so stinking adorable. I'm glad you like it. I do love these images, I'm not going to lie. These ones that peek out from the corners. I think the first ones that ever made the little peeker guys was Whimsy Stamps. And I just love them. You can turn them upside... Oh, they have octopus too. You can turn them upside down. You can do whatever you want. You know where my Whimsy Stamps are? In the furthest bucket over there in the back. Can you see if you can find the sharks? Somebody wants to see what the sharks look like. Gracias, baby. And then I have these Stampin' Up! Brushed metallic adhesive back like little thingies. And I thought I would add the pink ones to the card, or maybe you call them call it rose gold, because I think that would fit with this color really well. I just peeled that one off of this sticky, so I really need this sticky on there. There we go. And then I'm going to put this on there because nobody likes to waste any products. They don't have to. This time I'll be a little bit carefuler. I'll be a little bit more careful, not carefuler. I don't know how many I'm going to add, but for now I want to get a few of them in here. So 3, maybe we have to put 3 or 5 or 7 or 9 or whatever. So I'll just keep going till I feel like it's enough. How's that sound? Yeah, I'm not looking for the Yetis. I'm looking for the sharks. I think it's called Looking Shark is the name on the set. And they're so cute, the Looking Shark ones. Yes, that's them. Thank you. So I also have a little window that you can see through the, like you're on a ship or something. Okay, so here's my card. I have a lot of bling on there, but I like it. Yes, there's Yetis too. I don't think he kept the Yetis out, but I'm telling you, go check it out. Here's the sharks. Look at these sharks. This makes me think of Hotel Transylvania's, what was that monster on the ship one? What was he called? Remember the one that sings the song at the end? Like the one that's going to eat them all? Oh, my brain is giving me. Kraken. This one looks like a kraken, I think, and those two look like sharks, but they're super cute. But yeah, there's about 8 or 10 or 12 or something of different ones. Yes, there's Yetis, there's bunnies, sharks, snakes, dragons, elephants. I don't know. I own most of them, but I don't have the elephants yet. But oh, I love Hotel Transylvania. So here it is, the card. It's all done. I hope you guys like that. It was fun, and they look so cute. Every time I make these, I love these. I think these are some stamps that'll get used the most because I like them so, so much. So remember all the color combinations that I used, and the links will definitely be on YouTube when I upload this after the live is over. So if you're watching on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. We need to grow that channel pretty badly. And then I will also put the link, my affiliate link, in the comments under y'all's comments as soon as I end the video. So you'll have it there as well. So if you have any, and then if you have any questions, just PM me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was super fun for me. I hope it was fun for you. Yeah, I bought the sharks first. But they have octopus too. So it's called Octopi is the name of that one. I just know because I, used that one a lot. So I will see you guys on Tuesday next week. So make sure you come back and join me. Yay! Good night, you guys. Have a great evening. I'll see you next week.